I like the way you work it.
No diggity.
Back it up.
Bag it up.
I like the way you work it.
No diggity.
She don't want to stop. She don't want to stop. She's with it.
Give me that much.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are here rocking out live with 2/3 of the Sooper Friends Podcast and a special guest. We are hosted today by myself, Super VEGA, alongside the ever-incredible, ever-changing, ever-growing El Sumo, and our very special guest, a good friend of ours from long, long ago, Mr. WALE. What a great sound. So for those who don't know, Wale is joining us from a failed experiment we had.
Why you gotta say failed? It just didn't launch.
Never came off the ground, but it was a cool show we had in the works that ended up leading to this. It was called With the Family, and it was pretty much exactly what you're getting from the Sooper Friends Podcast. And now we've replaced Mr. Chet. Well, not replaced, but Mr. Chet's on vacation. So we replaced his lighter skin tone with a fairly darker skin tone, which works. It works. It gives the room a little bit of ambiance.
It's ambiance.
It's Mr. Chet.
It's ambiance.
It could have been Chocolate Giant.
Chocolate Giant.
Chocolate Giant.
Oh
Could
god.
have been just reckless.
So bad.
We are here with Chocolate Giant.
Chocolate Giant.
Oh, I think I'm listening to the wrong show.
See, let me tell you something about my best friend.
So Wale, tell us a little bit about yourself, or tell the listeners a little bit about Mr. Wale. Mr. Wale is a comedian, so expect lots of wild laughs today.
Oh yeah, set me up for failure.
Yep. Just threw him right under the bus.
Throw him right in there.
Right under the bus.
Yeah, I'm a local guy. I've known Vega and El Sumo for a long time. Been some good friends. We always sit back together, have these conversations. He thought, why not bring it to the forefront? But in any good thing, when you hit a certain level of stability, you gotta dodge your black friends.
We replaced the token black guy with the token white guy.
Things just happen for you. So I saw it coming. So I was ducking and dodging early. But no, I'm glad they brought me back for my one mandatory guest.
No.
Your one
He's definitely going to be a recurring guest.
visit.
He's definitely going to be a recurring guest.
If it fits in your schedule, we'd love to have you back recurring. I think it'd be a great contrast to have Wale and Chet here at the same time. Not used to the word contrast.
Amazing. It's black and white. For those of you who couldn't get that.
For those of you who can't see us, and if you can see us, you should probably get checked.
We need to meet because you have some powers. I'm curious.
So this week, unlike the past 2 weeks, we actually have some interesting video game news, and it won't be overpopulated or oversaturated with our normal movie talk that we've been doing lately. So, to get us started, Captain America, Civil War, they've finally shown the teams. And I'm pretty excited about the teams. I do want to say, though, it looks like Iron Man's got the better team.
Yeah.
At least power-wise. He's definitely got a much more active and effective team. But Captain America's not in a bad position. He's got my favorite Hawkeye. He's got the other guys.
Winter Soldier. There's Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yeah. Winter Soldier's not too bad.
Yeah.
But when compared
Each team has a black guy.
Each team has a black guy.
Each team has a black guy.
Wow.
EEOC.
Wow.
Equal opportunity highs.
Equal opportunity highs.
Yes. Love to see that Marvel's
Did not
right
even
line.
take that into consideration.
It'll be like Black Widow versus Hawkeye, Iron Man versus Captain America, Winter Soldier versus Warhammer.
War Machine?
War Machine.
Oh, what do you mean?
Wow, I
Warhammer?
gotta think how the powers work. I think Black Widow,
Ain't gonna be Black Widow versus
Scarlet
Hawkeye.
Witch is probably gonna be like Ant-Man because she can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say who's gonna fight Ant-Man?
Is Scarlet Witch on
probably gonna be
the
Scarlet
team?
Witch.
No, Scarlet Witch is not there.
on the team.
Black Widow is on.
Black Widow's on the team. That's why I said Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah, so that's something
That's why I
interesting.
said because they're both agents.
So Iron Man's only got 5 on his side. At least based on these pictures right now, he's only got 5 on his team.
Yeah.
So far.
some people. We're gonna see some new folks in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't wait to see what Team Spider-Man ends up on. Like, which direction is he gonna go when they add him
Spider-Man
in?
flip-flops? Well, if they follow a certain story arc, he flip-flops too.
Yeah, exactly. He kind of jumps back and forth, which is interesting. But Iron Man's a little bit outnumbered because we've even got, like, in the screenshot for it, we even have Falcon's little assistant thing, Red Wing, hanging out in the back. Like, it's floating in the background. So we've got that. We've also got Ant-Man sitting on the shoulder of Hawkeye. We've got
the espionage group though.
Yeah, they do have the more subtle group, I think. Like, which makes sense because I mean we got Tony Stark. He's a flashy man. Tony Stark's a flashy man.
And War Machine. They're both
gotta be flashy.
They're both gonna be flashy.
No one can miss a 6'5" guy with blue and white and a red shield. There's no clandestine.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Captain America and Winter Soldier will be battling both Iron Men. So
true.
That's I don't know because so the real big question here becomes. Who the fuck is gonna fight Vision?
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was just fucking saying.
Who hates himself that much? I can just see it. Ant-Man, I got this. Yo,
Ant-Man shrinks and invades Vision's body?
That just gets gross and weird.
That would be dope, though.
This ain't Dragon Ball Z.
That would be dope, though. It's not Boo. The Boo's not
Boo, bro.
Nah, but I think that'd be dope. I would think that'd be dope. You get like a miniature Vision and creates a mini version of himself, or his antibodies are mini versions of himself, and they have a war inside of his body.
I don't think it'd be fair. They haven't set up anyone.
Unless Captain America, turns on that suave charm we've seen him use, and he like woos over Scarlet Witch, who's not in the pictures yet. He's kind of like, hey girl, I see you.
Well, he is. Exactly. Yeah, that's true though. He is.
We throw the shield your way.
Captain America is leading the new team with Scarlet Witch, so they could.
He is leading New Avengers. Yeah. That's true. But my theory on that, right? So a little bit of a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. Avengers 2, Scarlet Witch's brother saves Hawkeye. How does Scarlet Witch feel about that? There's always that little bit of resentment when you feel like it's somebody's fault that somebody you care about died. There's that tiny bit of you that's kind of resenting.
It depends on yourself how big the bit is.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on how big of a person you are, and she was already damaged goods. Yep. So now
she's a big damage. I think you might have just picked her side.
Yeah, so she might not be able to get along very well with Mr. Hawkeye. And they've already got another femme fatale on Captain's team, so it's not going to be like they don't need Scarlet Witch to balance out the females, the equal opportunities on both sides. But there's
we need somebody to fight the Vision though. Right now it's looking like Captain's got that great team. We haven't even started talking about the Vibranium.
Yeah, Panther. I was gonna say that was my next one. Who's gonna fight Panther?
Super Tech.
Well, if we keep it in the equal opportunity bowl,
Falcon
probably gonna be Falcon, and Falcon's probably gonna lose.
Yeah, because he
cats always land on their feet, and Falcon doesn't win many fights. He's got a pretty weak track record right now.
With his wings being ripped off.
Yeah, so he's not in the best position. So that's
depends if we get the upgraded Falcon where he shoots the projectile feathers.
Oh, but if we go down a little bit and look at that third picture, they got a little bit of foreshadowing there going on, and it looks like Falcon, being the only guy who can fly on Captain's team, might be taking on the Vision. Still a pretty big loss.
Oh, that makes sense. Hawkeye to fight Scarlet Witch because of their ties to
because
each
of their
other.
background.
Previous
Black Widow. Because of their history.
Panthers fighting Winter Soldier. It looks like
Panthers fighting Winter Soldier.
That seems like a great fight. The hand-to-hand issues because Winter Soldier has gotten the best of Cap multiple times.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's that up in the upper left corner?
That's War Machine versus Sharon. Who happens to be Peggy's descendant. So
how's that gonna work?
If you cared enough to watch the Agent Carter show, which I didn't care for,
it was okay. It was okay.
That's her relative of some sort. So we can't wait to see.
She's down right next to Captain Shield.
Yeah, she's over by Captain Shield. It looks kind of like it's angled slightly towards her fighting War Machine, but then again, it also looks like Black Widow's aiming at the Winter Soldier versus aiming at Hawkeye. So Hawkeye could be firing a shot at War Machine. Who knows? There's all sorts of crap that could be going on in this picture. For all we know, that's Thor in the background. Like, yo, fuck all this. I'm just gonna blow up Earth since y'all can't get along. Like, call it a day. Who knows? But I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's gonna be a really exciting movie to watch.
I'm excited. I want to see how they'll put a new take to this movie because it'd have been nice to see what you see in the comics, but they don't have as many superheroes. You know, movies that have a lot of superheroes don't tend to do well.
Yeah.
I.e. Spider-Man 3.
I don't think it had to do with too many heroes.
Too many heroes underdeveloped.
Yeah, it had to do with underdeveloped characters that they tried to put a focus on. So if Marvel plays it right and you put in a ton of characters, but you don't make any of them the focus, it'll be cool.
What? Wait, hear yourself. You think about games that work like that or movies. Like Crash had a bunch of characters. The focus was on all of them separately and how it came together. Do something like that, it might work.
Yeah, but then Civil War it spanned like 4 movies.
That's true. But Civil War is about, like I said, the pulling away of teams. Like the Fantastic Four had to split apart. They don't have any groups that are really tied together like this to where it splits. Even Cap and Iron Man, you could feel that uneasiness because they're going in opposite directions. One's pushing for science, the other one's pushing for, transparency. Mm-hmm. It makes things tough.
And are we getting the comic Civil War ending?
Oh, no, probably not.
Because I don't think they're going to end that like the comics did.
Oh, yeah, and I had to explain to my friend, Cap can't die. He can't get shot in the face in this. They have no one who holds the panache to carry any movies going forward. Plus, it just doesn't make fiscal sense.
Well, if they end it that way, Winter Soldier could take his spot.
And he does.
Bucky Barnes, which
does.
is what happened.
Yeah.
And I think the positioning of the character so far has made him, even as a villain, he was likable and you cared about him. It wasn't the type of villain where you were like, oh, I care about him because he's doing bad stuff. But you ultimately had like that attachment to him.
They'd have to recast this character.
Think so?
I don't think he could hold.
You don't think he could hold that lead, bro?
Forward.
I don't know. I also, because we haven't seen him be a person, I don't think we know. I think in this movie we might get more of that, and then we'll be able to tell if they need to recast him or not.
But I think for as much as the resistance I got when they initially casted Cap,
he's perfect.
I don't know what
he's perfect.
He's working out.
I think he's on the borderline of perfect.
I think he's perfect.
I think if I was like to sit back in my bed and imagine like Captain America,
I'd imagine the guy from Mad Men, his face. This actor though, acting portrayal. Mm-hmm. But I was looking for a different Cap. This is the beginning Cap. I'm looking for the weathered.
Yeah, you're looking for the season Cap.
Okay.
Yes. We're looking at the beginning Cap.
This is the beginning Cap.
So my thoughts on them not eliminating Captain America have to do with the more business side of it that I'm.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why.
Which is carry more Cap movies.
Which is why confuse the audience by creating a new Captain America when it's not necessary. You know, like for people who read comic books, we're used to that confusing, convoluted storyline. That's what we look for in comic books. But for people who go watch movies, they just want to watch stuff blow up. That's pretty much it. So I think
a good story about it.
Yeah, on the business side of it, it doesn't make sense for them to kill off Cap. So who knows? I mean, Tony Stark's been talking a while about giving up Iron Man, so they might just flip the script enough.
I don't know how that's going to be possible. I'm sorry, I don't know how.
Who knows?
They're going to cover that.
True.
They could flip the script and be like, "Yo, Iron Man dead," or they could hit us with the Avengers 2 swag and just be like, "Here's a new character, fall in love with him, he's dead."
Foreshadow another character dying the whole movie, and then kill this one that I was already taking and accepting and saying, you know what, fine. If the other guy dies, I can mess with this guy. Like, I like this guy. Like, I was falling in love, man. I was watching him out the window. And it was that. It was serious.
Watch one save the other. Switch the pain at the last second.
Yeah.
So you think,
and then you're like, no, don't kill him. No, I don't want to see him die. Take the other guy. Wait. No.
But
it's cool. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do what you're doing.
You were like, they introduced his family.
Oh, you knew he was gonna die. Yep.
I was like, yeah, this dude's dying. This is terrible. They're trying to pull our heartstrings.
Yeah.
See it coming. We're like, nope, we're gonna cut your Achilles.
Cut your Achilles.
I'm going for the neck. I got you in the knee.
I mean, it had to happen because you can't have two Quicksilvers, and it was.
Yeah, because that's another thing. That was another one of those situations where it was an obvious. It was an obvious.
They were gifted. They weren't humans because that was copyrighted.
Yeah, it was a business decision. It was like, well, we can't afford a lawsuit right now, and we don't want to confuse customers by sending them to watch two different Quicksilvers. And then the communication between people, like, that Quicksilver sucked. Wait, which one are you talking about? I don't know anymore. Let's go watch Lion King.
Talking about the buff or the nerd. That's the only way to describe him. The buff guy or the nerd. Which Quicksilver are you talking about?
But ultimately, I'm good with the decision they made. I'm glad with it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's gonna be a good movie. We got a whole year before it comes out, so I'm pretty excited about that.
And the great part about not killing Hawkeye, he's the closest thing to a human being in these sets.
He's the most relatable
nonsensical. He's their humanity,
which is what really made that tugging at the heart during that movie so painful. Because it was like, of all the people you're gonna kill, it's the one guy who never had a chance.
Yes.
One guy who didn't belong.
We fell in love with him because every time he was supposed to lose, he did it. He saved himself.
He found a resourceful human way to win.
Exactly. It wasn't like he wasn't shooting laser beams or controlling stuff. He was like, I'm gonna take a step back and stab you in the eye with an arrow. Because that's what a human would do.
Why is like, I see something creepy afoot. You're not gonna catch that crap again. Like, I've seen this shit so much.
Yeah.
I've been around this place so many times.
You see what my team is made of? You ain't doing that shit to me.
You know what question I get all the time though? Is like, why can't Black Widow do the same? They're both the same character. They're both agents, trained the same. But we don't feel the same way about Widow.
The reason we feel
like
different,
genetically put together,
right?
She's not
because Black Widow. The difference with Black Widow and Hawkeye is Black Widow was trained this way from her childhood. Like, she was forced to be trained this way. Hawkeye is human and was given the choice to do what he's doing. And he made the conscious decision as a person to do what he's doing.
Got a family, he's got the high he's got
everything going on.
He knows
Black Widow is trying to get the D from the Green Monster, bro. She is not all there.
The lullaby during that whole movie.
She is not all there, let me tell you. That's what she's trying to get into.
I'm waiting for that whole smile. Like, nah, baby, not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight.
I will give it to you, but you ain't gonna get back up afterwards.
I was trying to think of something like once you go Hulk, something, but I don't know.
Once you go black, you don't go back. Once you go Hulk,
Jesus Christ.
This is nothing left.
Once you go green, you ain't never seen
Once you go green, they ain't seen you again. Oh man. What do we got? What else do we got? Alongside never seeing people again, Kojima's giving off his goodbyes to the Metal Gear series with that most recent trailer, which was a tearjerker at the very least, in the most lighthearted way to describe it. Like, I cried a little bit the first time.
When you realize what's going away forever.
That's my thing. It's like, damn, like I used to say I was a fan of Kojima. But I realized that was just me hiding my fanboyism for Metal Gear, because Kojima has other projects that I don't care about. Like he directed that Castlevania for PS3 and Xbox 360. Like Lord of Shadows, he directed all of that. Like that was his.
The better review of the two.
Yeah, the better version of the Castlevania games, he directed the whole thing. I didn't care for it too much.
Castlevania.
He has Zone of the Enders, which is another original series. I thought it was great, but I didn't care too much.
It just looks like crap.
Well, yeah, so it didn't look that great, but like everybody was always like, "Oh, giant robots fighting! This is what we always wanted." Yeah. And then Metal Gear, like a Metal Gear style story. This is incredible. I didn't care for it too much, but with Metal Gear, I'm looking at it, I'm going, "Damn!" Like, I'm never gonna see the Foxhound symbol on a box again. Like, what happens?
Not even just the symbol,
everything,
where it takes you, because Metal Gear is a funny game. You come in thinking you're getting one thing, it's almost like what Half-Life does. The games only come around when some gameplay mechanic is groundbreaking to change the way you think it thinks. Metal Gear does that with either, what is it, the cutscenes, the boss battles, the way you can interact with people, how they can tell you, you know how you've been told in games, there are no continues after this. Like in the torture scene, there were no continues.
Yeah, that was not a joke. Like,
I lost 7 hours of my life.
You get to the torture scene in Metal Gear 1, and it's like, so you can either give in now or you can fight the torture. If you die, there's no continue. And you're like, I saved right before this. I'll be all right. And you play it, and there's no continue. Like, there's no continue. That's just it. The game just ends. You died. You should have listened.
I am a Metal Gear
He's a complete
version.
Metal Gear version. He has not played. That's why I told him he can come by my house. Like, this weekend is dedicated to Metal Gear. I'm DJing an event, getting home at 12, playing Metal Gear until the morning, going to work, coming back from work at 3, playing Metal Gear until I pass out.
He's gonna
doing the same thing on Sunday.
He's gonna be in there.
Nah, there's no gym this weekend. There's no gym. The only way there's gonna be food is if I can push it into my mouth using a control. Like this is Metal Gear.
You're gonna play 4 of them?
I'm gonna play all 4 of them, and I have it plotted out. Like there's like 3 40-minute windows in between like this entire weekend where I'll be able to use the bathroom or breathe or do other stuff. Like this is plotted out in a way where if I accidentally sit down the wrong way, I'm losing countless seconds of this game, and I need to get through all the games before 5 comes out because I took next week off from work just so I could play 5. All right, like, this is some serious shit right now.
Yeah, I'm a complete Metal Gear.
You want to come over and watch me play Metal Gear?
At least
it begins. It begins.
Yeah, no, I want to do it. You gotta let me know.
Metal Gear's the easiest one. The first one is the easiest one for me because I hate to admit it, but I've beaten it like over 50 times. I've played it all the time, and it's terrible.
Or
my girlfriend always like, why are you playing this game again? You know everything that's gonna happen. She'll walk in and I'm like reciting the lines with the game, changing my voice to match the tone of who's talking.
So I did that with a recent game. I did that with Borderlands 1.
Oh man,
I played
Borderlands.
Okay,
there's no
to get the point across. This is the only example I can think of. You know those 20 gigabyte Xbox 360 hard drives? I filled those up with characters.
Wow.
Not game saves, character saves. I beat that game in excess of 300 times. I max leveled with all DLCs at least 70 times or more.
He said 300. Oh. This man said 300. Now, when I hear that,
it's like, how much time did you do this?
I didn't leave.
Maybe 290 times too much. Maybe.
So I don't blame him because there are games that just captivate you to do that. Like the only game I can think of that I've played more than Metal Gear is definitely not even MLB. So MLB doesn't count. Like I haven't played MLB as much as I've played Metal Gear. The only game that I can confidently say I might have put more hours into than I've put into Metal Gear is Dynasty Warriors. And it's because each Dynasty Warriors game has like 100 characters with their own stats and weapons and cool stuff that I gotta do. So like it's a real easy game for me to just sit down, completely demoralize, and just go on a killing spree where like at the end of a level I've killed over 3,000 people and I'm proud of it. Like I'm happy about that.
Just massacred.
Like, I get frustrated if I don't break 5,000. I mean, it's what I do in Dynasty Warriors.
You just sit up there and you just sweep.
You just swarm through them. Sometimes. To be honest with you, sometimes I'm such an asshole that I don't like. I put the game on hard and I don't even kill the gate captains, and those are the guys who stop people from spawning. Like I just leave them alive so people keep coming in, and I just keep killing everybody, and I'm okay with it. I got 90 minutes to do as much like damage as I possibly can per level. He knows
how much time it takes to kill each captain. So we're right around 12 minutes. I gotta do the job now, huh?
Yeah, you gotta. All right, let me go and actually finish this the way I'm supposed to now. It gets to the point of some missions where like everybody comes to me because I'm doing so much damage in one area. They're just like, he's never gonna come to us. We should just probably go down there, like just go down there and die.
For me, I put so much time into Borderlands because for one, the game is awesome. Humor. I love this. I love the lack of story made it hilarious, but the gameplay was nice, and I beat it with every character. Then the DLC came out, so I had to beat all the DLC, and then I introduced friends to the game, so I beat it with them. Beating it with every character with them, beating all the DLC with them. I met probably 15 to 20 people who are on my Xbox friends list today through Borderlands. The rest of them, like the other 80%, through Call of Duty, and then the rest of them were real like friends.
No, I can't say.
So that's why I spent so much time on that first game. Like it was, I went back and played it a couple months ago, and I was still able to recite all the lines. I still was able to recite them, changing the voices and everything.
Yep.
The closest game I probably spent that amount of time with, it's probably Mass Effect 1. It was like my Matrix in video games.
Yep.
If you played it, you're
I played
familiar
Mass
with
Effect,
it.
yeah.
It was quite nice. I didn't know about Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, I think 2 years into it. Because I was just playing Mass Effect, doing all the different ways you can beat it. But my game, like him, it was probably Assassin's Creed, brother, the online, the cat and mouse game. Because a lot of online multiplayers, they're either tests of your hand-eye coordination, your reflexes, or they're a meta game.
Yeah.
This one's a bit different. It's cat and mouse. My job, say we're sitting in a circle. Her job is to assassinate me. My job is to assassinate you. Your job is to assassinate Steve. Steve's job is to assassinate her. But there are 4 of us. They fill this area with 40 characters that look like you, 40 characters that look like each of us, doing different things. So in that, I'm to act like one of those non-characters while observing my surroundings, they show me the person in the corner I'm trying to kill, trying to find the NPC that's acting a bit funny, while I'm still trying to keep the person off my tail and then kill you nice and stealthily because you gain more points.
Yep.
Or identify the person trying to kill me and either losing them off my tail or getting them off me. Like Ruben my friend met his girlfriend there, and you just meet so many people. Yeah, he's about to move to Atlanta. But it's crazy. That was the game that did it for me, because you can get online and every time you challenge your mind, there's that constant pressure. I need to find this person who I'm trying to find and not get killed, because you get killed, you lose your contract. You kill an NPC, you lose your contract. And losing your contract, you lose on points. There are 6 people in the room, and you
trying
got
to
10
keep those
minutes.
points going. You gotta
Keep the points going.
It's sad, but you're just a body in there.
It's a meat grinder, but that one is probably the one, because every other one doesn't tickle my fancy like that one did. You got that constant pressure, and there's nothing like being in a group. You see that person, so you're thinking, they're acting a little funny. Let me sit by this bench in where they're walking towards. They're looking for someone. You just reach out and touch them. You poison them. So they walk off a little bit. You go and hide in another crowd. Watch the person who's after you kill some NPC, and that person you poison just falls over. And the points just rack up. There's nothing like it. And they're asking, how did you touch me? Sitting on the bench.
It's chilling, man. That's all you walking by.
But we have that game, and that's something that, for some reason, for you, it was the mind bender in that. You know?
Every game was different, the way the setups work. Because sometimes you're cooking, sometimes you're not.
For me, Borderlands was because you had that cooperative playing through the story, and then at the same time it was 4 different characters that with 5 or 10 different builds apiece, very similar archetypes, but different builds. And then because everything was random except for those unique weapons, you could have played the same build 3 times in a row and gotten all different weapons by the time you got to a certain point. So it was always different. I was playing, you were experimenting with different characters, because for me, Mordecai was my guy, the sniper. I experimented with so many different skill points, skills, guns, all these different types of builds, because I beat in the game with him 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 200 times. I beat the game with him more than anyone else. So everyone has their game, but that's my game.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, You gotta commit to if you find yourself committing to something that you really enjoy, it definitely makes it worth it in the end. Like I said, I've played Metal Gear 1, 2, 3. 4 is the only one that I have not beaten a ridiculous amount of times.
I need to see you beat 4. I've never
4.
seen. I've only seen.
And the only reason I haven't beaten 4 a ridiculous amount of times is because, like.
The cutscenes?
No, not even the cutscenes. There's something about the gameplay of 4, like that it's so modern. It takes away from some of like my pleasure with it. Like I like the old style of Metal Gear, like the over the top look. It had that different camera angle, the shifting stuff like that, which was cool. Metal Gear 2 had like my favorite control scheme and gameplay mechanic is Metal Gear 3. Because it had that perfect level of balance between like very, very modern, but still very quirky and 90s, which I found to be great. Metal Gear 4, you lost a little bit of that, and it was like, this kind of blows. But overall, Metal Gear 4 was still a great game. And that's my only concern with Metal Gear 5. I feel like Metal Gear 5 is taking an approach where it is really, really modern. Like the whole open world, the whole do things the way you want is super modern. And I don't know if it's going to be as fun for me to play that, but I'm still gonna do it. I still bought the collector's edition. I'm still gonna tear that game apart. I still pre-ordered it, just like I pre-ordered Just Cause 3.
Listen, now after tonight, I'm gonna pre-order like 6.
They're throwing it in Ireland.
The full price of the game, and then when it comes out, I'm gonna shift them all back to 1. I wanna get my pre-orders in.
Yeah.
Because
so
WALE Island.
For those that don't know.
Yeah, for those that don't know,
why are we pre-ordering 800 copies of Just Cause?
Pre-order Just Cause 3, or don't pre-order Just Cause 3. The choice is yours.
Don't pre-order Just Cause 3. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Just buy it today.
Square Enix has decided that for anyone who pre-orders Just Cause 3, you have the opportunity to win an island. An island valued at $50,000 American dollars. And I say American dollars very specifically because American currency is the only currency that does not fluctuate significantly no matter where you go. Like it's pretty standard to understand American currency.
And depending on where you go, $50,000 is a lot of money.
Or so you can take the that's so it's been updated. You can actually you have the choice of taking the island or the $50,000. So the choice is yours. But ultimately, you can win either one.
College loans.
So there's
you can take the island and sell it.
All right, and the official rules are up. Players, so you have to pre-order Just Cause 3, register on their whatever website, and then you must come out on top of the Chaos Points leadership board 90 days after the release of Just Cause 3 for a chance to win an island valued at $50,000.
So 90 days in a row?
So ultimately after 90 days after the game comes out, you have to be in the top of the leaderboard.
Wait, so for a chance to win, so even that person.
Well, no. So the way I'm taking that is,
or if you
it's within a bracket point. So like within, let's say, the top 10, they're gonna choose one of the top 10. I don't think they're just like looking for that top person. Like they're not gonna say number 1. Now spin a wheel, bro, because you might win an island. Because that'll be pretty nuts. But that'll be
microtransaction.
That's their microtransaction.
That's terrible.
So that's pretty dope. They're giving away a fucking island. Like, how do you?
Is this the first time someone's giving away something ridiculous like this?
Not the first time someone's giving away something ridiculous, but I think it's totally the first time
someone's giving away land. Significant amount of land, I would hope. But
I can't think of anything else.
It could be significant. It could not be.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier with the loot crate, that you got 1 square foot of land on an island. Could be, you maybe only get like 10 square feet, and that's $50,000. But it could also be 1,000 square feet or 2,000 square feet or more.
Yeah,
The
so
coast of the Hamptons.
it could be off the coast of Antarctica.
2x3.
Could be on the coast of Antarctica.
It's a research island.
It's technically an ice. It's technically an iceberg.
It's technically.
Since it touches the Earth's core, it's an island.
It's like you just imagine Wale like friggin' bundled up with the scarf, goggles, full gear.
Listen, there's no way.
I'll take the 50,000 quick.
The second they say it is so many miles south or north of the equator, give me the money.
Yep.
I got college.
So what's your cutoff limit?
Give me the money.
Like 1,500 miles?
If it's not, so for me, if it's not in the Caribbean, I'm good.
If it's not in the equator belt, let's say 30 miles north south of the equator, give me the money.
Well, so you're not gonna say like Florida to Brazil? That's too far.
Yeah, Florida it rains too much.
You gotta think about it.
Tornadoes come through.
Like
I don't want to lose my island.
I'm looking at the island as an investment opportunity. You know, like this is my island. I can do whatever I want with it. I'm gonna open up a hotel and resort. So this has to be a place where
That's a big island.
People can. It don't have to be a big hotel or resort, bro. You ever seen those little like you ever been by
islands? Yeah.
You ever go to a Holiday Inn?
It could be
most of those are 2 floors.
Right next to, you got to use the island's natural resource. If it's right next to a great reef where you can go scuba diving, it's a scuba diving
resort.
Yes.
If it's not next to a great reef you can go to, it's a beach resort. It's an island resort.
If it's next to a great place you can call hog, it's a fishing resort. Who knows?
Yeah.
I want to go to the side of this island.
To look at the polar bears.
Yeah, it's a polar bear resort.
I'm gonna sell that shit quick. Let somebody else do that.
I'll buy it for you.
Miss me with those
Fuck around and play games, yo. If it's next to some polluted water, that shit gonna be the quickest water park resort you ever seen in your life. Gonna get everything filtered.
Just leave all flammable material at home. No lights, no matches.
Yeah,
it'll get bad real quick. The water's on fire.
It'll be
the water's on fire.
It'll be fun to like. I'm just thinking of like the unrealistic lifestyle of owning an island. Like I've never sat back and been like, yo, I want to get to the point where I make enough money to buy an island. Like I thought I want to buy my own jet. I want to buy my own, like massive building with mirrored glass and like you can't see in, but I can see out, so I can sit there and smugly laugh with my hands on my hips and be like,
power pose.
This is my shit.
Knowing me, I'd be naked.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Standing naked, like in my office, that'll be dope. Or like my biggest vision. So I've never thought about owning an island, but I've thought about building a city, like just building an entire city. That just like all of the rent and revenue that goes through it goes through me, and it's literally a city within a city.
What kind of population you talk about?
It'd be an exclusive city though.
Kind of population.
So be like population would be like under like 1,000 with children.
He'd call it Section 9. Section 9. I get to choose who qualifies.
Terrible. Section 9, so I get to choose who qualifies for it. You know what I mean? So that'd really be what it would. Like there'd be income requirements and housing requirements, and then like we'd have bodegas in there.
Bodegas.
We'd have Italian people.
We'd have like 15 person back.
It would be the city of my dreams. Like it would be everything that I've encountered in any city I've been to that I enjoyed. But I don't want to go back to that city for. Would be in my city.
He's just picking the different pieces of each civilization, putting it in yours.
It's gonna be amazing though. It's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, there's gonna be Spanish food everywhere. There's gonna be
right where you live.
Every food area is gonna have a chimi truck, a New York pizza place, and a Wendy's. Those are all mandatory. Like those are my 3 spots. All right. Everyone, like every food, there's gonna be squares of food areas. Everything delivers, so you don't even have to leave your house if you don't want to. At all hours. At all hours.
So then you import the Section 8 people to work.
And then you shut back out.
There's a fucking lawyer around my corner.
I'm envisioning middle class Dubai. So from now on, there will be Section 8.
You know,
there'll be Dubai.
Dubai.
That's what I'm saying. There isn't one yet. So there will be Dubai. It will be little Dubai for people who can't get to Dubai. Like Dubai, you have to have like an annual income of like $1 million to live in Dubai. Like, so little Dubai is for people with an annual income of like $250. I mean, if you make $250 a year, you're good. That's it. We're all golden.
Per person or is it?
No, household. $250 a year household. You're good. So it means you got 3 people in that house. They got to be making about $100,000 each. That's not too much to ask for.
Yeah,
Billy. Little Dubai.
Pull your fucking weight, Billy.
Right? Pull your fucking weight, Billy.
15 now, get a job, Billy.
15. It's 15 making $25 an hour delivering pizza. It's like, wait, what?
That's how it works, man. You gotta take care of your people, man. That's the lead star of Until Dawn, Hayden Panettiere. I had the biggest crush on her when she started Heroes.
Yeah, before Heroes, you were a little late.
I don't know about.
I was late at Heroes.
I can't think of anything prior to Heroes that she's in. The only things I recognize her from are Heroes and Nashville, and both of those I will gladly watch. Whether she's in it or not, I will gladly watch both of them. But her being in it
turned right back
is
on
a
to Heroes
bonus.
a few weeks ago.
Heroes is getting an update. Are you guys gonna watch it? Speaking of Heroes, because
I saw the YouTube like small series they did. Heroes Were Born, like little mini series, The Dark Side or whatever, and it sucked.
It did. These are different people though.
So hopefully, the actual show does not suck. But then again, the ending of Heroes sucked. So given their track record,
it was sad.
We are en route for something that's gonna suck.
Hopefully not, but
hopefully not.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, Until Dawn, I told everybody I would report on it last week and let you guys know how I feel about the game. So, I have not bought it yet. I have not had the time to stop somewhere and purchase the game.
No, you can buy it on your PlayStation. You can buy it now from PlayStation Store.
I could, but then I don't. But then I don't get that discount. But then I don't get that discount. Like I have the Best Buy Gamers Club thing, so I get 20% off of games, which is the only thing that stops me from buying them digitally. Because I'm like, I could buy this digitally at full price. You can
buy it digitally,
or I could just
and then pay taxes on it for no reason, and then still get it digitally.
What?
At Best Buy. You can buy it digitally at Best Buy.
Yeah, but then you don't get the discount. You only get the discount on the physical version.
Really? Yeah, fuck the physical
It has to be
version.
tangible product for them.
I'm lazy.
To do
I don't want to change.
Yeah, that's the only part that hurts about buying the games physically. You got to get up and change the disc.
It'd have been fine if there was a tray. The fact that there's no tray, and every experience I've had with a non-tray disc changer, sooner or later something fucking funny happens.
I've not had any bad experiences.
Oh my god, the amount of PS3s that just
non-tray disc
trays.
Yeah, I have a friend who don't have a good experience.
It never happened to me, but I have so many friends who work at GameStop, and that's all they talk about. Oh my god, they non-tray disc tray.
God, I remember when I was working at GameStop. My family who had PlayStations, man.
Back in my day working at GameStop, that was definitely a big issue. Was people showing up with like games jammed in their disc tray in their disc in the disc slide. But a lot of the time it was because people forced disc in when there was already one in there. So I want to chalk that one up to stupidity.
I never ran into that.
Not even user error, stupidity.
I never ran into that.
If you're putting something in a hole and you have to force it, you should stop putting it in the hole.
Most people would think, wait, something's wrong. Let me stop.
Think about that for a second.
If you're forcing something in the hole and something is stopping you from going any deeper, you should stop what you're doing. It doesn't matter what kind of hole. If there is something coming back out,
oh god,
you should not be going in.
What have you done? What are you doing?
I've never had that issue because I know not to put my anything inside of anything that something's coming out of. And I don't think people understand that. So just for the record.
That's what he said. This is nothing.
Wally and I do not support and do not condone any and all actions.
Whoa, buddy. I do not force things into holes.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why you.
That's why I say we do not condone.
You haven't had an experience with your own personal broken PS3 because you don't do that.
Oh yeah, I don't.
You haven't had a personal experience with a PS3 because you don't do that.
But it's always
I haven't had an experience with a PS3, PS4, or anything else where I just slide stuff in.
I had it with the PC once that I bought, and every time you'll press. I have this thing with technology. It should respond to me when I input things to respond. Like lag time, I don't like rendering time for things. I'm of the mind, if you don't want to react to me when I want you to react to me, I can replace you. That's not, no, for my technology. For my technology.
Are we going to just
for my technology?
Simple ways to live life.
Yeah.
If it doesn't react the first time, get rid of it.
I'm thinking.
If it doesn't listen the first time, get rid of it.
If I press the power button on my phone with a fully charged battery and it doesn't want to come on, I'm not going to sit here and think, oh my God, what is wrong with my phone? Should I make some changes? No! It's time for a new phone.
See, that's the techie in me. That's the techie in me.
It's brand new. I'm an early adopter. Some things are going to go wrong.
Hey, did you make dinner? No?
Fucking toast is up on the
fuck out.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
Technology.
Yo, why did Salvador Gigante just popped in my head? For all you Spanish speaking folk out there.
Salvador Gigante.
Y fuera.
So, for translation,
In Spanish.
Nah, you don't get a translation for that. That's the type of term that doesn't translate. It's always y fuera.
Y fuera, yeah. It just means and out of here.
Next time you walk into a room, next time you go to work and your boss says something to you, just say y fuera.
Y
And I
fuera.
guarantee he will stop and walk away and then come see you later on in the day when things have calmed down.
Excuse me, did you just swear at me earlier?
We are not responsible.
I googled it, I couldn't find anything. You need to tell me about this now.
We are not responsible.
How does it work?
Oh, we're gonna do your performance review.
We're not responsible for any jobs lost.
Try it with your significant other as well. Ladies with your husband or boyfriend, and men with your girlfriend or wife.
Or boyfriend.
Or Ashley Madison friend.
Y fuera.
Y fuera.
Y fuera.
Make sure you delete the emails first.
Oh, good time. Oh man.
We are terrible people.
So yeah, we are.
It is okay.
I've made peace with it. Everybody else around me.
Oh yeah.
Get on board.
Well, I made peace with it a long time ago. That's why we're friends. That's why we're such good friends.
That's why we kick it here. That's why we kick it down here.
With the Super Friends, you can join us
Anytime.
We just need your. We need your pledge of allegiance, maybe your dues, and a
building a
background
cult?
A blood contract. We need a blood contract.
Call right now.
We need to sacrifice some of your firstborn.
We're gonna hate you.
We're gonna take you to the woods.
Whoa, I'm a city guy through it. I am out of this now.
We're taking you in a back alley.
Wale does not subscribe to any of these views. They should not represent my views anyway.
I was referencing the following. You know, the cabin scene.
God,
Never find me there. Nope, gone.
Well, that's so.
Hey,
so
let's
I was
hide behind these axes.
So before we
Get
did
in the car, get the fuck out of here.
So before we did that crazy thing where we completely got off topic, I was just about to talk about the woods in Until Dawn. So I didn't buy Until Dawn, but I felt bad not buying Until Dawn. So I did watch the beginning of the game being played, and it's scary. It's legit scary. I mean, granted, scary is based on your own perception of reality and how you see things. But for me, I was sitting there watching this game, and I wasn't in control, and I was like, "Damn, this is some shit."
I got some questions for you.
Go for it.
Did you play PT?
I did play PT.
Was PT a bit jarring for you?
PT was absolutely terrifying. PT was the first horror game that I had to play in segments. And the segments were about 2 minutes apiece.
That's the story of my life. I'm a grown man that doesn't appreciate
I was like, what am I doing? All right. So we're going to go through this door. We're going to go through the door. All right, I'm going to go through this door. All right, got through the door. Nothing happened. Cool, I'm going to take a break. You get up, you walk it off.
The tension's about to happen. No, I don't want to do this. No. Stop speaking faster. No, I don't want to do this.
PT was so scary that at one point, right, my mom had came over to visit, and I was like, Ma, can you sit with me and play? Like, you
Ma, can you bring my blanket?
You messed her up.
Yo, she's gonna hate me for this. At one point, we are sitting there and we're playing, right? And when the girl pops up, like I had already seen it the first time.
I haven't beaten it, so give me these spoilers because I'm not gonna.
So
it's still on my system.
So it is bad. Right? So you like the game is like it has that random horror design to it. So like stuff is not consistent, which is cool. But like I had already seen the ghost the first time, so I was mentally prepared for the image that I was gonna see, but not the timing of it. Like you know what you're gonna see, you just don't know when. So you're still gonna get the jump scare of not knowing when, but you're not gonna get the scare of not knowing, like of not seeing this before. My mom hadn't seen it yet.
Oh God!
And I forgot that. Like, cause the game you get so into it that you just forget. You're just like, yo,
you're going through.
Like you're so scared of it happening again that it hasn't happened for you yet. So like I'm just like, yo. What is this shit? Like, is something gonna pop up? Like, and like my mom knows. I told my mom it was a horror game, and she's like, all right. So like, we're going around, and she's moving with me. Like, we're moving our bodies, and like the game's moving, and then like you get to corners, and you're like, all right, what do I do? Then like I looped around the room a couple times, and like gone through the doors a couple times. And my mom was like, yo. Like, what is this crap? What are you doing? Like, she's like, this is why I don't play video games. You just went around this area like 5 times and nothing changed. I was like, whoa, Mom, slow down. Look at the pictures on the walls. She's like, oh shit. Because the pictures change every time you go through. She's like, oh, okay, cool. My mom loves horror movies and stuff, so she's like, okay, cool. And like she's getting into it. And out of fucking nowhere that shit popped up. Like, yo, it waited till we were comfortable. Right? We were
That's the worst.
Mother and son having a conversation about horror and the aspects of horror. And she's like, yeah, cool, I see that. Like, I get it. I'm getting it. Boom! She jumped and ran. She jumped and did that. She literally like, whoop! Out of the room. Like, I threw the control up and I fell back and I was like, oh boy, we died. And my mom was gone. And I'm like, Ma. She's like, yeah? She eventually came back and she's like, oh man, that was crazy. I'm going to go home now.
Well, now you know the best thing to do to kick your mom out your house.
It was definitely one of those situations where I was like, yo, this is too much for me. Until Dawn wasn't that bad, but it still had like, maybe I went into it with an excited horror feel or something, but it still had that pressure feeling, like that, like you're surrounded feeling to it, which is cool. It has a really like Friday the 13th campy vibe to it, so like it's fun when it's not scary, but scary when it's scary. Mm-hmm. You know, so it was cool.
I have a question. Have you played Outlast?
Outlast is another one of those terrifying games that I've played. I play all those ridiculous horror games. They don't make sense to play because I don't enjoy it. Like I don't have fun.
I don't either. I download Outlast. You start off in the courtyard. Then there's something like on the other side of
the fence
of a fountain or something.
Yeah.
I stopped right there.
Okay.
I was like, nope, I don't need this. I'm starting to sweat. I'm in my own house. There's me sweating my hands don't sweat. My hands are sandpaper. It's an African trait. My hands are drenched. I've never had this happen before. It's like I just came out of the pool. I was like, no, this is my body saying no.
This is my body saying no.
High blood pressure on both sides of my family. I don't want to die tonight.
Yo. So Outlast is another one of those where like I sat through. I finished it, and it's sad to say like as you get deeper into the game, it gets worse. It's not like a better building scary. It's like they start to get kind of sci-fi, and I'm not a big fan of sci-fi. But Outlast, has the same feeling as, it's like a cross between PT and Until Dawn, where there's more to explore, so there's more to scare you. But PT always had that you are in the same place. Like, this could be your house. Like, this could be your room. This, what you're going through never changes. This could be a stationary place where you relax, you know?
And that part, it lulls you into a fake sense of security.
Right.
So you're so loose that you hit the top, it's pins and needles, and then nothing but those endorphins. Like,
Exactly.
is this going to happen again? Is it not going to happen again?
Versus Outlast and Until Dawn, where you know you're on an adventure. You know that there's a vast area for you to go through. You know that none of these places you're going to explore are realistically places you would find yourself in. I won't find myself in a fucking psychiatric ward that closed 5 years ago in the middle of the night. None of that sentence makes any sense to me. Why would I do it?
That's just we're not
None
white.
of that
Like,
makes
if I
sense to
walked
me.
50 miles and I stop there, it is to tie my shoe to sprint. What is this? Time to go.
See, you're a better man than me, because if I walk 50 miles and I stop there, it's because I already died. Like, there was nothing else for me to do in life. That is why I stopped.
Take a look. Oh, this isn't the place for me.
Not even if I walk 50 miles and I start to see that, like, I'm already jogging.
You're jogging, so when you catch bite, you're in a full sprint.
Yeah, I'm in the next. I'm already in the next form of movement. Like, this is we've already escalated. Like, I have one walking speed, one jogging speed, and one sprinting speed. Nothing in between. So if I'm walking, I'm walking. I'm casually walking. You probably don't want to walk behind me because I'm really slow at walking. Like, I take my sweet time. I enjoy my stroll.
Yes, I'm a stroller.
But when we step out of the walk zone, it is no longer a game. Like, we are now moving at a fast speed. And once we step out of jogging, we are sprinting, which means I am running until I physically cannot breathe anymore, or I physically cannot move anymore.
But like Steve L said, I'm a terrible person. We get caught in a situation. Hopefully there's a fifth person here, because I know you guys don't like you guys. We're at a point where we're running for something. My running days are over. Turned me off to running in general. So my running days are over, but my maiming days have just started. We're running for something. There goes your knee. Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm gonna pull a Walking Dead. He's gonna be crawling. I'm gonna stroll.
I'm gonna stroll because I no longer have something to run from.
And then once I hear the munching on his body
and the screams.
And we're gonna pick up the pace.
We might pick up the pace, depending on how far we get. We might look to maim someone else.
We might look to
look, if we're in a situation like that, we hope there's a fifth.
Hope so.
A new fifth.
But Steve,
a new fifth.
It'll probably take him the longest to meet you, so I'll talk to your mother personally.
No.
Talk to your mother personally.
That's what I owe you.
First of all, it's 'cause I'm not stopping. I'm in like the juggernaut. Once I get momentum, I'm not stopping.
See, the thing is with me, like, I'm the type of person who runs to avoid the situation, but will not run from the situation. So once, like, if we end up in that situation, like, this is where we are currently, my fight or flight instinct is fight. That's what you're better at. You can't run to save your life. Don't try.
I'm kind of the same
do what
way.
you're good at.
Fighting that guy you were talking about earlier is 3 times faster than you.
I gotta do what I gotta do, man. It's hope for the best because he's gonna catch me regardless. So it's either burn
for those two to fight.
Yeah, it's either burn all the energy that I could use in the fight by running and then still having to be in the fight, or
just turn
around and say, this is what I was meant to do. You know, like, let's do it.
Yeah, if I can't run from a situation, I'm just gonna go down swinging.
Music playing.
Exactly. Something's playing in the background. You know what I mean? Like some Mortal Kombat theme music. Something is play something. That's what I'm hearing in the background. Let's just go.
After a few
somebody's gonna get fatality.
After a few punches, finish him.
Yeah, it's gonna end with a finishing for me. Unfortunately,
flawless victory.
But I do recommend, right? I know Outlast is a scary game, and I know we're really getting close to the time, but I recommend at least getting like through the first 15 minutes of Outlast.
So I can get the elevator scare?
Well, it's not even an elevator scare. It's a little bit worse than an elevator scare. Like it's pretty.
Well,
it's
the guy chasing me and I have to hide in some closets.
No. You won't get that far. It's way before any of that stuff because that's where the real heart pounding is. Like the jump scare.
Watch somebody play it.
The jump scare that you get in the beginning of the game is what I recommend everyone to get to, because once you get to that, like that's the only jump scare. Everything else is scary by control. So like you're in control of your fear. Which makes it a little bit more interesting to play. But that jump scare, I love it because it sets up a story that makes the game worthwhile. So I think it's fun to get to there, or at least watch it. At least watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
The jump scare isn't even the scariest part of the beginning. The scariest part of the beginning is. Like, if you're not going to play it, the scariest part is you get into so you go through that courtyard, you pass the fountain. There's nothing behind the fountain, by the way, it's just a shadow. So, like, you see a shadow, you're like, oh, shit. But I don't blame you, because it's a big fucking shadow.
You just emasculated him.
There's nothing behind the fountain, but that doesn't mean that it's not terrifying. It's fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
But,
play
so you pass the fountain, right? And you go into the building. So this is the other part where I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I would never do this. So the front door is locked. All the windows that you can access from the ground floor are barred shut, right?
Oh, time to leave.
So this has already become way too much work for me to do. Why am I still trying? Who cares? You do it because it's a video game, so you keep going. You then proceed to climb up a ladder next to a like a scaffolding is what it's called, right? Like the things that they use for construction.
That's scaffolding.
Yeah, scaffolding. So you take the ladder, you climb up to the scaffolding. You then use the scaffolding to climb one more floor further. Okay. You then get to there, open the only window that is not barred shut, because you don't even open it. It's already open. It's just an open window. It's broken. You get through the glass. It's shattered all over it, and now you're inside the building. That was way too much fucking work for me to go in there. All right, there was no way you could pay me enough to go inside that building.
What you're going in to get? Or who's got leverage against you?
Nah, not worth it. Not worth it.
The reason I'm going in that building to save someone I love. That's about it.
You know what?
Or you find new loved ones. Is that what
you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. That's one of those moments where you just kind of gotta go. All right, so. This loved one, we can lose a loved one, or we can lose two loved ones. What's gonna hurt the family more?
This guy is.
See, that's one thing I do not.
You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it a little bit. You're just like, what's the real value in this? Like, if you get to a building where everything on the ground floor is barred shut. You got to climb a scaffolding to get into the only window that was not barred shut because something clearly was broken through it and came out of it. You got to weigh your options. Like, what are the chances that the two of you are really going to make it back? You need at least one. I tried.
For me, it depends on which. No, for me, it depends on which one.
Yeah, it's like when you go to visit a friend that you owe money to and you don't really want to see him right now. You're like, hey,
you get in the car,
he calls you, you ignore the first phone call, you call him back, and you're like,
you at my house? No, man.
He's like, was that your house? Yeah, I was just there, dude. I knocked for a while, you didn't open the door, so I just figured, let me get out of here.
Be back next week.
For me, that situation would depend on which family member. That's all it is.
That's worse than me.
Depends on which family member.
At least I'm not selective about it. I got a cut and dry policy. But you're making this a more conscious decision. You're sitting here weighing it versus people.
Oh yeah, certain family members. I'm like,
wait till you get fucked up in a situation. I'm gonna walk off.
Certain family members. Smells like one family member. I'll climb that scaffolding. The other family member, I'm kicking that shit down. They ain't coming out of there.
For me, it's like you've been around for 60 years. You done some shit. You retired.
You good.
It's time to go.
You good.
The other family member is like, you 17. You ain't even graduated high school yet. I'm coming to save you.
Hey, nigga, you don't know what you're missing.
So in other world news, Wiz Khalifa was recently arrested for having a hoverboard.
It wasn't a hoverboard.
And that's my favorite part of it.
It wasn't a goddamn hoverboard.
It was just a little rolly, like roller pod.
Those little
like two wheel
things. Yeah.
You just kind of like the scooters without handles. Yeah, those.
You just rock
like that.
How do you get arrested for one of those?
Because he wanted to get the fuck off one on a fucking. He was being a douchebag. He was being a douchebag.
I don't know if he was being a douchebag.
He was being a douchebag.
I think he was trying to make his travel through the giant airport a little bit easier. He was in an airport.
Should have just gotten off the damn thing.
Says who?
Should have just gotten off the damn thing.
In the airport?
No, but the cops tell you to get off.
What?
Let him walk away. You get off 100 feet and then you get on again.
All this shit. Fuck that.
No, man, get the fuck off your hoverboard. You fake ass hoverboard. Get off of the thing.
He didn't call it a hoverboard though. The media's calling it a hoverboard.
But whatever.
Which brings to question the common sense that our media has.
None.
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 The board is not hovering. For one,
His wheels.
The name is the definition, and the definition describes the verb. And it was not performing to the accuracy of the verb, which is the accuracy of the definition, which is the accuracy of the name, which means you guys fucked up. Called it what it is.
Well, our media is the same people who thought Sum Ting Wong was an actual name of an Asian pilot. So,
oh my god,
holy fook.
Oh my god,
Sum Ting Wong. You know, our media isn't the smartest bunch in the world.
Oh my god.
I brought it back.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. If you would like to keep up with myself, you can always find out more at the ever incredible, ever changing, new and improved SuperVega.com. And I have recently started tweeting again. I have not gone back to Instagram though. That got boring real fast. But I have started tweeting again, and I'm tweeting nice things, which should be fun to read. You can find me at It's Super Vega. If you'd like to learn more about El Sumo, you can contact him at El Sumo.
I still don't know how to Twitter.
L_Sumo with a 0.
Yes.
Very unlikely that he will tweet anything.
I still don't know
I don't
how to
think he
Twitter.
knows how to use Twitter. To
I
be honest.
don't know.
I think he's still opening Tinder.
I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to hashtag. It just doesn't work for me.
You mean pound sign? for the kids born in the 90s. They'll get that one. They'll get that one. The other ones will be like, what is he talking about? What's a pound sign?
It's called a hashtag.
There's a picture of a fist on here. Is that what it is? A pound sign?
Oh my god!
I'm dead.
And Wale, our special guest. If you guys want to keep up with Wale's comedy and the other crazy stuff he does, or his massive amount of injuries, how can they go on you?
That's very true.
Well, you can hit me on the Twitter sphere at Random African Sounds.
I forgot that was his Twitter.
Random African Sounds for the win.
It's spelled differently. You can't get it all in there, so it's RADMAFCN Sounds.
Okay.
There
was no N in there. Was that intentional?
Wait, no, what? No, there was.
Oh, okay. I don't think you said it, though. I think you just said R-A-D. I don't think you said the N.
Wait, hold on. Let me check. You never know. Yeah, there was an R-A-N-D-M.
I was like, it just says Radom.
There was no R. I couldn't get the R, because then if you didn't put the... People think, you can't spell if you can't spell sounds, but I didn't spell the whole thing, so, drunk nights. I used to be at 3 long strokes, but I had to change that one.
So he
usually got that same reaction.
Yeah. So he wins when it comes to the Twitter names.
Just the coming up with names. I have a gift.
It's very true.
Tweet me if you need a new Twitter handle.
Tweet at Random African Sounds.
It'll be in the description.
You will find it. Believe you will find it.
You'll see my stock photo.
Stock photo. You will know it's Wale from the stock photo. Say that. We'll leave it at that.
Stock photo.
It is the stock photo from his MySpace account.
It changes. It hasn't changed in like 10 years.
Jeez.
No, it's not 10, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a long while. And that is it for the show. So, we didn't tell Wale how we usually close this out. So do we just close it out, or do we tell him first and then close it out?
We'll do it. He'll figure it out.
All right. All right?
Yep.
Super Friends?
Oh!